Everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Kathy at Attic Treasures Etc. and I'm really happy you're here today. It's Friday and I wanted to do a flip through, this time of a journal that I made for my husband. And there are a lot of elements in here that were really specific to him. He was born and raised in Seattle, which is maybe an hour or so, hour and a half or so from where we live now. And he was raised in the era of J.P. Patches, who was a very popular figure on children's TV. He was a clown, so some of that is in here. There are also a lot of other things from, it just was intended to be a walk down memory lane for him. So what I did is I took a book and I just gutted a book and used the cover and altered the cover and then filled it. Now I kind of wish I would have used a book that had a bigger spine. It's only got one signature in it because although I knew my husband would love this, he's not much of a journaler. So I just knew that he would really appreciate the things that are in here. So what I did is here, let me just take this sari silk out. I used eyelets to attach the sari silk for the closure, and I did some mixed media both on the front and on the back. So I don't know if you recognize this for what it is right here, but it's the time machine from the movie by H.G. Wells, and the book, not the movie, but the book by H.G. Wells. And so I used string here and colored it in gold and just some different elements just to sort of make it stand out. I did a little bit of steampunk theme on it, some texture paste and some die cuts. And then up here, I don't know if you can tell, but these are bread clips from bread bags. And the funny thing about this is that before we got married, he saved bread clips, and there was never any reason why he saved bread clips. So when we got married, I just threw them all away, and he never really forgave me for that. So I started saving them again without him knowing it, because I knew I wanted to try to use them in this journal. So I just thought that that was just kind of a fun way to use them. These are flat back pearls that I put on there and then just painted and distressed. And then there's also some mixed media on the back just to give it kind of a steampunky sort of feel. So, but the time machine is to kind of signify that this is going to be a trip down memory lane for him. So let's go inside. One of the things that my husband really loves is the Beatles. So there are quite a few references to the Beatles in here. His dad actually took him to see the Beatles when he was in 5th or 6th grade, I guess. So he saw them in Seattle, so I'm really jealous. This is a page from an engine manual, and just some random coffee dyed and stenciled paper, some washi tape, a junk mail envelope. This is from a bottle of wine that we had. And then I made this tag a while back and felt like his journal would be the best place to use it. Now he was out changing the oil in one of our cars, and as I was coming in the house from the garage, I happened to notice this box of STP in the recycle bin next to the back door. So I just reached down and grabbed it on my way in and didn't tell him. So as I'm working on this journal, he wasn't allowed in my craft room at all. So he knew I was making a journal, but he didn't know what was going in the journal for him. So it was all kind of a secret. He was banned from my craft room. He also plays the guitar, and he had several guitars before we downsized. Now he still has a few. So there are some references to guitars as well. So here's some more Beatles. This is from an ad for the Columbia Record Club. I don't know if you remember that at all. So this came out of one of the magazines that he has, Rolling Stone. And so I grabbed that, and then some more pictures of guitars. Here's a stamp of John Lennon. and then some more guitars and Beatles references. Hey Jude, he has a bunch of music books because he plays guitar, and Hey Jude is a Beatles song. It was actually the first song we danced to. And he said, you can't dance to Hey Jude. And I said, well, yes, you can. So we danced, and so that's just been kind of a fun thing. And then the Beach Boys' Pet Sounds is also one of his favorite albums. This Hello Sweetie is a reference to Doctor Who, which we enjoyed watching as well. Then more guitars. Just some I put a card in here for him. Some Tim Holtz paper. Now, if you can see this, I'm going to hold it up here so you can see it maybe better. This is a pyramid of guitars that is in the Experience Music Project Museum. And it's the museum is all devoted to music, and it is at the Seattle Center. So I have a book on Seattle and just pulled that image out of there, cut it out, and made it go across 2 pages. And then some more guitar and music and lyrics to one of his favorite songs. This is the Space Needle, also from that book from Seattle. Get the glare out of it. I just thought that was really pretty. And it was just on the other side of this page. Okay, here's a multi-slot pocket with some journal cards that I did some collaging and stenciling on. Here's some music paper if he wants to compose some music. This came out of a book that I have of music paper. Composition paper, I guess, is what you would call it. I don't know. Then I made this little notepad for him and used some washers and brads in it, but I kind of like the look of the washers. He also likes Batman, and when we were at a garage sale, I found some Batman stationery and then just cut it down and made a fun little page out of it. Some more music note paper. One of the things that we like to talk about is Paul McCartney and Linda, and they were inseparable in their marriage, and they never went anywhere without the other, and that is kind of how we are. So whenever we start to get on each other's nerves or whatever, we just say, remember Paul and Linda, they were always together. Then just a little flip up, little dictionary definition there. Okay, so this is from a music sheet, a song, it says Beside You on it. And then there's a little clock, and then this is from a bingo card. It has 15 and 30. And the reason this is significant is because we got married kind of later in life. We've been married 15 years now, and we always tell everybody that we celebrate twice a year so that we can catch up with our friends. So we've been married 30 semi years, or I guess is what we, so we have an anniversary and a semi-versary. And then just the word everlasting. He likes old cars. We like to go hiking, so that's a topographical map. And we have cedar waxwings around here, and I like those. So this is J.P. Patches and Gertrude. Now, I didn't grow up around here, so I'm not a Patches pal. Like other people who grew up in the Seattle area that grew up with J.P. Patches. He's a clown here. And he's so iconic. He's died now, but and just fairly recently. But he's so iconic. They have a statue that's dedicated to him and Gertrude, to their TV show. It was a very, very long-running show. It was really important to kids growing up in that era. We went to the unveiling of the statue, and it was really quite an event. My husband got a little teary-eyed over it. But also in Seattle, they had this car wash. It was the Elephant Car Wash. And they just recently took the sign down, even though the car wash was long gone. They took the sign down. So this book of Seattle that I have, I just cut this, did some fussy cutting of that. and then put it on a map of Seattle, and this is kind of the area that it was in, and then just gave him some writing space on the back. And then instead of using ribbon or anything, I just used some ball chain. I even had him go out and buy the ball chain and told him I needed it and didn't tell him why. So yeah, anyway, so this is a junk mail envelope that, okay, it's not gonna easily fit in there while I'm on here. Now another iconic place in the Seattle area is Dick's Drive-In, where personally I'm not a fan of Dick's Drive-In, but he loves it. And even though we don't eat, you know, bad food like that anymore, because it's not really healthy, we have to try to stay as healthy as possible. We do once in a great while go to Dick's Drive-In, and they have really inexpensive hamburgers and fries, and they haven't changed the recipe in forever and ever. So the last time we went, which I don't even remember when this was, and neither did he, I saved the bag, intending to use it in his journal. So I just cut it down and made a pocket. And then I printed out this Patches Pal certificate, because every good kid that watched JP Patches became a Patches Pal if they could, you know, check off all of these activities on their list. So that was what made them a Patches Pal. So he now has his very own Patches Pal identification card. And then made some tags for him for the last part of his journal that were from some packaging. And then just did some collaging on them and put some of his favorite scriptures on the back that I knew he liked, and put them in this little pocket. So that is my husband's journal, and I attached it again with washers and brads, just to make it look sort of industrial and, you know, manly. Okay, so that's the flip through of my husband's journal. I hope you liked it. I know that he does. And so we will see you next time. Have a great day, everybody. If you like this, please let me know in the comments. If you, and also give me a thumbs up. If you have already subscribed, thank you so much. I'm really happy that you're here. And if you're here for the first time, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I come out with new content. I try to post a video on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Saturdays. And every once in a while, like this, I'll do a flip through on a Friday. So have a great day, everybody. Great weekend, and we'll see you soon. Bye.